Alright, so I am now doing my first take of the civil rights timeline for Mr. Davis's American Studies class. I'm doing this off of the NFL draft busts and gems. So for the first bust, I should say, is Jamarcus Russell, first overall, 2007. Comparison, Dred Scott case, 1865. Jamarcus and Dred Scott have a lot in common. Jamarcus had a great pro day, and Dred Scott kept on building up to the Supreme Court to all to it crashing down as Jamarcus was an apparent bust after being drafted by the Raiders, and Dred Scott's case was to be ruled unconstitutional for black people to be unequal. Our second bust is Vince Young, third overall, 2006. Comparison, Plessy versus Ferguson, 1896. Vincent and Plessy are like college QB and wide receiver duos. After slavery was abolished and the army gone from the South, the two of them came crashing down with their dreams of them being the best came crashing down. Vince never panned out in the NFL, and Plessy was ruled separate but equal. But conditions gradually got worse from there, and time went on and Vince retired. Our third bust is Johnny Manziel, 22nd overall, 2014. Comparison, Shelby V. Kramer, 1948. Johnny was apparently a party man. We all knew that. Shelby V. Kramer said that anyone that weren't white wouldn't have any deeds to property. With the Browns' hopes of finally getting a quarterback were quickly dashed. His college habits got bit him and never panning out at the professional level. Our fourth bust is DeShone Kizer, 52nd overall, 2017. Comparison, Korematsu v. United States. With another quarterback comes another bust. DeShone said that he was going to be the best quarterback in the league had ever seen. The Korematsu case is like that. After Pearl Harbor, many or all Japanese Americans were forced to go somewhere from any coast in fears of spies. The football gods gave him the worst punishment in this case. And this case was also ruled unconstitutional. And now we transition to our gems. Our first gem is Desmond King, 151st overall, 2017. Comparison, Brown v. Ward. The star quarterback from Iowa is now one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and Brown v. Ward is also a gem in the rough for the colored population, as now colored kids could finally have equal educations as whites did. Desmond was widely overlooked as a safety in the NFL, but broke out as a corner in 2018. Tedrick Thompson. Anyway, Tedrick Thompson, 111th overall, 2017. Comparison, Loving v. Virginia, 1967. Is a great example of how unlikely a breakout stars in the NFL should be, and Loving v. Virginia also showed it too, as interracial marriage laws barring it were now unconstitutional. Our third gem is George Kittle, 146 overall, 2017. Comparison, Civil Rights Act of 1964. George and the Civil Rights Act was a big win, as the colored community was to have the same rights as whites did. The first year of George's career in the NFL, was in the NFL was average as a tight end season. But in 2018, he brought a change as Jimmy Garoppolo and others got injured, and George excelled as he was the bright spot on a 4-12 49ers. Our fourth gem is Kyler Murray, first overall 2019, Batson versus Kentucky, 1986. Kyler, one of many in the week 2019 quarterback draft class, broke out into the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year after leading the although slightly improved Arizona Cardinals to a 5-10-1 record. Batson v. Virginia implied that a defendant of African American descent had equal rights, as Kyler Murray was only 5'9". And our fifth and final player to be on this list is Nick Bosa. Second overall, 2019. Comparison, U of California Regents versus Back, 1978. Nick Bosa is another breakout player in their rookie year, reaching the Super Bowl and appearance and a Defensive Rookie of the Year award. This lawsuit, U of Cal Regents, was a perfect example of this, as anyone, regardless of race, should be taken into consideration to any college in the U.S. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.